I'm James Zanewicz from Tulane Medicine here at the Bullpen during JPM Week 2025, and I am with one of my favorite people in the universe, not just the world, Jojo Platt of Platt & Associates. Jojo, welcome back to the Bullpen.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Jojo,
very excited about Bullpen.
Yeah, we go way back because we were some of the OG, like we joined right away when no one knew what the Bullpen was, and look at this today. So before we dive into you, what do you think about the Bullpen and your experience with it? Because you are one of the OG members. We both plopped down that lifetime when we had no idea if it was going to be under in 6 months or keep going, and it worked out great.
No, it was definitely an NVIDIA type investment. And no, it's been great. So I've been trying to draw in some of my neurotech community so that we can get a little more neuro focus in here. And it's working. We've had a lot of great participation. A lot of people have been knocking on my door saying, how do I get in? How do I get in? So it's great to see this year, and it's also really exciting to see that the quality has been maintained and that the spirit of find somebody to help and repeat is thriving. So it's just exciting. It's smart growth, but it's strong growth.
As I recall last year, you named this the Burning Man of JPM.
Did I?
You did. It was incredible. And it's true.
I'll go with that.
It's the fun place that people want to come to.
Or the original Lollapalooza.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It is more Lollapalooza than Burning Man because people are in close.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good.
Very true. And the drugs are limited to prescription. Ideally.
Legal alcohol and prescription drugs. And the drugs we're developing, which will one day be legal, but let's get to that. So tell us about your background and how you got where you are today.
So I'll tell you a story that's maybe a little revealing of my parenting style, because what I do is not usual. My kids, when they were younger and I would try to explain to them what I did, I'd say, well, I find people with a resource and then I identify somebody else with a need and put them together. And so my oldest said, so this is in science? I said, yes. She said, so you're a science pimp.
You have never told me this story before.
Oh, yeah. So it was Maddie. You know,
I know
my daughter Maddie.
And I can hear her voice saying this.
Yeah. So a little 11-year-old girl saying, Mom, my mom's a science pimp. It's so that's essentially what I do. It's strategic development, helping ideas come to fruition by helping to extract promising projects out of university and academic labs and transition into a commercial pathway so that we can get some of these really exciting developments into patient hands and deliver care especially in situations where care doesn't currently exist or is insufficient.
You'll play in other areas. Your true passion is neurotech.
No, I'm too old to learn a new language, and so I'm not a scientist or an engineer.
The AI and Healthcare Design Lab would say otherwise.
Well, and I feel like AI is it's a tangent rather than.
Okay. I see your carve out. I got it.
Yeah. We need AI and neurotech, so we'll let that one in under the wire.
All right, so we've talked about your background, how you got where you are, that you are a neurotech person and not other things, although she knows people everywhere, so don't let her lie to you. She may not want to do it herself. She could probably introduce you to somebody. But what are you working on now? What's exciting to you?
So we have 25 is going to be really exciting. I think I work on a number of projects. The exciting news for us under my Neurotech Reports hat is that we'll be launching Neurotech Reports at IMEC in Europe. So after 25 years of the conference, we have our first European foray in Belgium. Similarly, there's another program that you are a part of that is very likely going to have a European debut this year as well. And then we're going to have the second annual AI and Healthcare Design Lab, where we are using the Stanford Biodesign model to help young and early career folks sort of transition into AI and healthcare using vetted and proven methodologies of entrepreneurship. What else? I have some just exciting client work.
Well, you still have your U.S. version of Cleveland Neurodesign.
Of course.
Don't forget the OG.
We still have Cleveland Neurodesign. That's going to be September, I believe, 11th through 14th. And that we've completed 5 years now. And over half of our cohort participants have gotten their first job in industry as a direct result of their participation in that program. Our startups that have emerged out of there have raised at least $100 million so far. And then I guess on the investment side, I work actively with Corundum Neuroscience, a venture fund out of Israel, focused on neurotechnologies, particularly in the wearable space.
Yep. Well, and if you're a company that needs to put these pieces together, Jojo is the person to hire and bring on your team as that fractional employee. Because if you need your regulatory person, your product person, your security privacy person, she knows everyone who is the best and will know who the right fit for your team is. And that's why I think you're so amazing, is because you're not just looking at the skill set, you're looking at the culture and who's actually going to work. Because there are people who have the amazing technical skill set for certain jobs. You're like, but you won't fit with this company. I got you over here, but this person will. And you are really focused on making sure that team is as successful, even if they're a fractional consultant, as the product itself.
And I thank you. I appreciate that. And I like to, because when I put the investor hat on, the most important thing to me is the team. I don't care if you have the most amazing technology in the world. If your team is not cohesive and capable of delivering, that tech is going to suffer, the investment's going to suffer. So I like to focus on the teams.
So then, given all you're working on for this year, which is a lot, and we've only skimmed the surface, what is your ask for the Bullpen community? Because the great thing about KOL interviews are the Bullpen's all about helping other people, as you mentioned, but when you're a KOL on camera, you get to make your ask. What can they do to help you this year with your 47,000 projects?
I would love to see more neurotech activity and focus within Bullpen. Yep. So I want to help draw in more neurotechnology-focused members to join us, and if we could convince Christian and the Bullpen team to maybe look at adding a neurotech specific event to the rotation. So we've got Bio, we've got JPM. Maybe we can add a neurotechnology conference to help grow both our reach and our impact.
Maybe a neurotech pitch day in Cleveland just before Cleveland Neurodesign.
There are any number of ways we can do this, absolutely.
Christian, did you hear that? Jojo's coming for you. Anything else you feel like we should know before we close out your JPM 2025 KOL?
I again, with the investor, because we're here at JP Morgan, putting my investor hat back on, I'd love to see technologies in development, especially in the wearable space, that are looking at stress, anxiety, neuropsychiatric disorders, sleep disorders, and therapeutics, lymphatic flow.
So Jojo's sourcing that this week, but just because you're seeing this on LinkedIn later doesn't mean you can't shoot her an inbox, because she's always looking, she's always investing.
Deal flow is always happening.
All right, Jojo, thanks so much for taking time as always.
Thanks, James.
Always love seeing you, and I look forward to a cocktail at the reception after this.
More than one.
Excellent.